ChatGPT versus Google Bard, the ultimate Mexican standoff in terms of AI tooling. Who wins? Who creates better job ads? You'll soon find out. Yes, welcome to the 5th episode of AI in Recruitment, the podcast series where we explore the exciting and rapidly evolving world of AI, as known as artificial intelligence. And we do it in talent acquisition and recruitment. Together with Jasper, Spanjaart, Martijn Hemminga, also known as Hemminga, will once dive more into the wondrous world of AI and the way it is or can be used for TA or recruitment.
I think every time we've done this podcast, you've pronounced my name differently in English.
Yes, Spanjaart.
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 Yard. Spanjaart.
Spanjaart.
That's all right. But we're back here. We're happy to be back after some time away during the summer. So firstly, how was your holiday, Martijn? Are you happy to take a break from the non-stop news regarding artificial intelligence?
Yes, I've been offline for 2 weeks.
Like completely offline?
Not completely.
Was it tough?
No, it wasn't tough. It wasn't tough. No,
it was easy.
But even if you're offline, AI is all around us. So now I read the news, etc., the general news, the heat in other parts of France where I was, or in Italy, fire.
It was not too bad where you were.
Greek islands. No, it was perfect. It was near the Atlantic Ocean, so not too hot. We even had one day rain.
Wow.
And then we get used to it before we get back to the Netherlands, where we had the first week back, 1 week. Only rain.
Yeah, it's not been too great, the weather here.
No. But now it's perfect.
Yeah, it's all right. You know, it's a bit weird that the summer's either going to be too hot or it's going to be like monsoon, like Japanese monsoon style season, where you think it's not going to end. It's not going to end the rain. But yeah, and I took some time off in May and June. But being honest, I don't think you've missed much. I think it was a good time for you to go away because I don't think there was much happening within the world.
You were the only one.
I was the only one working probably because just based on the amount of out of office replies I got from everyone I was trying to interview or speak, I was saying, right, okay, I'll be back towards the start of September. So, but again, it's nice because you can just keep working and no one's going to bother you because everyone's on holiday. So, okay, well, as you know, sorting interviews might not be as easy. It was all right. Just enjoying that cucumber time within the world of recruitment and AI, and it's sort of harvesting time, but there's not been much news to harvest. The only one I can think of is that obviously ChatGPT's now got a new competitor in the world, if we can call it that, with Google Bard launching in Europe.
In Europe, yeah. So everything due to the EU regulations, we are very, very how you say that? Severe, streng.
Were they harsh? You mean
harsh? Yeah,
the regulation?
Yeah, regulation. So
yeah. And what I've read is that the regulation is going to be quite harsh, but at the same time, I doubt it's going to influence the big players in the market much, because what we said last time around is you've got these companies like OpenAI that've got seemingly so much power, and they hold like a power over the EU, which is a weird thing, but it's true. So you never know what's going to happen with these tools, in a few years' time. But again, I feel like most of it is just, the EU has sort of missed a boat on this. I feel like it's just, it may sound quite harsh and it'll sound good for people because, people need to hear, right, okay, all the people that are pretty much worried that their jobs are going to be replaced by AI, they need to hear that. They need to hear, right, okay, here's the EU slamming down on this AI stuff, this scary robot-like technology, and that's going to take our jobs. So, yeah, I think it's still an interesting time.
It is. So today's topic.
Yeah, I just mentioned Google Bard, which is, I think, a good starting point for this episode because we alleviated it earlier. We talked about it about Google Bard, and we're talking about using a proxy to be able to access Google Bard because it wasn't live in Europe for a long time. So we feel like this is a good time to sort of really look at the two and see, at the end of this episode, who we like better. Just in terms of if it's usage for simple recruitment stuff, we're not going to say we're going to use either tool to create really complex Boolean strings or anything like that. I think it's just about getting a sort of grip on it, like what can a recruiter do with it, as far as like social media outreach texts and vacancy texts. Keep it quite text based, but it'll give us a good starting point to compare the two, I feel like.
Yeah. So it is, but maybe it's good to mention, especially for the listeners in the Benelux, we've got the first Benelux AI in Recruitment Award.
Yes.
Which is part of the Recruitment Tech Awards in the Benelux.
Yep.
An award I think this is the 9th edition already this year. But the first edition where we've got an extra prize for the tool or the case in which AI is used, according to the jury, the best.
Yeah, and we're seeing it more often now that AI is being integrated within systems, or so we are sort of looking for ways that companies have done that. So either from a tool perspective or a case perspective, how has AI been deployed in your organization, in your case, in your tool? So all the entries that make it to the pre-selection process are within a chance of winning that award, the first ever award. So if you haven't already, go to www.recruitmenttech.nl/awards. That's www.recruitmenttech.nl/awards. And if you use AI in your case or tool and you want to win the first ever award, make sure you tick the AI box when you're entering the contest.
Yeah, I'm looking really forward to all the tools and cases from vendors, but maybe more of the users, companies, agencies who are using it in practice already.
Yeah,
sharing their results, their learnings. And important to mention, the deadline is Wednesday, the 6th of September, 2023.
Yeah, so still got a few more weeks, days to do it. So if you're in the Benelux and you want to be in with a chance to win this award, make sure you enter the contest. But I think that's on that note, it's a good, let's get on with today's topic. So Google Bard versus ChatGPT, and obviously ChatGPT needs sort of no further introduction, but we'll do it anyway. November 2022, when it pretty much took the world by storm, it quickly rose to more than 1 million users. And currently it has over 100 million users. With regards to visitors on the website, it's grown steadily to approximately 1.6 billion users per month worldwide. So that's the summer of 2023 as per the latest statistics. But now we've obviously got a bit of a challenger with Google Bard that was released in February to limited and selected users only in the US and the UK. So a few months later than ChatGPT, but it wasn't available to us in mainland Europe. So we didn't really know what to expect. We obviously read some about it, but unless you can really get your hands dirty, I don't feel like you're going to get a full grasp on what the tool can do. So the service was open to the EU mid-July amidst the cucumber season. And the total number, I tried to see if I could find a total number of users, but I couldn't find it. But the only thing I could find is that Google expected to surpass 1 billion users by 2025. And based on ChatGPT's success, that's not too unrealistic, I feel like. But the launch, you might want to get into the launch.
Well, there was something in the preparation. I was already a little bit forgotten it.
Yeah.
And then I looked, search, and I found a really nice item about it we can listen or look to. Because the initial launch was a big fail, and it was at the moment that OpenAI was integrated in Microsoft Bing's search engine, and the day before, the product probably wasn't finished yet, but Google decided to launch it, and the market value, they lost $100 billion dollars in market value because there was, in the promo video they make, there was a mistake about the James Webb telescope. So let's listen for the people look into the video, hear what Reuters, because the press agency, they found it out what the mistake was.
Okay.
Google's new, highly touted AI chatbot Bard has already made a boo-boo. Introduced this week, Bard was touted in an online ad by Google that ran in the company's Twitter feed. In the tweet, Google described the chatbot as a launchpad for curiosity that would help simplify complex topics, and it included a short GIF video ad of Bard in action. In the ad, Bard is given the prompt, quote, "What new discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST, can I tell my 9-year-old about?" Bard responds with a number of answers, including one suggesting the JWST was used to take the very first pictures of a planet outside the Earth's solar system, or exoplanets. This is inaccurate. The first pictures of exoplanets were taken by the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope in 2004, as confirmed by NASA. The error was spotted hours before Google hosted a launch event for Bard in Paris, where a Google senior executive touted Bard as the future of the company. Google's launch event came one day after Microsoft unveiled plans to integrate its rival AI chatbot, ChatGPT, into its Bing search engine and other products. As for Bard's mistake, a Google spokesperson told Reuters, quote, "This highlights the importance of a rigorous testing process, something that we're kicking off this week, so that, quote, Bard's responses meet a high bar for quality, safety, and groundedness in real-world information." Shares of Google parent Alphabet were down more than 7% in early trading Wednesday, outpacing declines in the broader S&P 500.
It's amazing. 100 million...
Billion.
Billion, sorry. $100 billion.
Yeah, just because of a mistake in the promo video.
Yeah.
That is quite astonishing. It seems a bit amateuristic to me that a company like Google puts out a mistake like that, because surely you're going to check what you put out. This is one of your biggest product launches in years.
I think that the developers said we shouldn't launch.
Yeah,
and
probably.
The sales marketing said,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's already too late. Yeah, we're losing momentum.
We have to do it now before.
Yeah, ChatGPT. At that time, ChatGPT's numbers were going crazy.
Yeah.
It was like rising steadily every month. So still to put out. So it's like the intern made the video, and that poor intern has now been sacked from Google and never to return, and he's going to have a horrible life working in a supermarket. Forever going to be known as the guy who put out a video with wrong information.
No. But what I have to say, I was almost, I was already forgotten it a little bit. So
maybe. I don't think Google's forgotten about it.
No, I didn't check their shares.
I don't think their shareholders forgot about it.
No, I don't think so. So
yeah, that's astonishing. Yeah, but have you already used it?
Yes, I already use it, and I like it, and it's the user experience, and of course Google has a lot of experience with that.
Yeah.
It's more simple, minimalistic.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I think than ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the three concepts.
Yeah,
you already mentioned in the article you wrote.
Yeah, that's an important one, because that's a big difference, right? Whereas ChatGPT, you have to redo every prompt. Mm-hmm. If you're not happy, you have to regenerate the prompt, and I that's probably the thing I like most about Google Bard, is that you can just switch between concepts. So if you don't like the first concept, you can switch to the other one.
Yeah.
And they to the outside world, they may just really look alike. They think, right, okay, here's this machine that just is able to generate content for users based on all algorithms and machine learning and all of that, and they sort of look alike. But I think they are quite different. And that's part of the article I wrote over on www.recruitmenttech.com. The differences between the two services for recruitment. They're not from the same university. They're not cut from the same cloth. They may look alike, but they're not. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing, and that's Google is well, it's I know it's in the Netherlands, but also in the rest of Europe and the rest of the world, the number one search engine.
Absolutely. Yep.
So so we Google everything. So
Yeah.
the what Google do, and also within Google Bard, it's up to date.
It's real-time data.
It's real-time data, and
Yeah,
the
that's
difference with OpenAI.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT who won the World Cup last year, and you're not going to get an answer because it's trained up to mid 2021, I think it is.
Yeah. September
So
21 or something.
something like that. Yeah. So even if you want to know who the current Prime Minister of the UK is, I know some people in the UK may not know, but it's not going to know either. So that's a big difference because Google can just rely on all that Google search data, which is just I can't even imagine how much data that is every day because, like you said, we Google everything.
Yeah. Well, that's something. But in the beginning, when ChatGPT was pulled into Bing, I tried it out and used it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But then I go back to what I always do is go back to Google.
Yeah, I was the same. I thought let's try this Bing stuff because I know that it still exists, and up to this point, you don't really hear about it. You don't really hear people going, "Let me just Bing that for you real quick." As bad as that may sound, it's honestly it's not a thing here, at least in Europe. I don't know, maybe in the States it's slightly different, but in Europe we Google everything.
Yeah.
I don't even need to look at the statistics. We Google everything. But it's made, if anything, it's made Bing a little bit more relevant because I think we'd forgotten all about it.
It is.
I don't think anyone was using Bing at all. So in that sense, it's good marketing.
Yeah. It is. So what's the difference, Jasper? It's about the languages they use? Or?
Yeah. So what I found when I was doing that research for that article is that they, like I said, they're not from the same university, so they may have sort of different degrees. If we look at, if we speak in recruiting terms, they look alike, but ChatGPT obviously uses the GPT-3 language model, and Google Bard uses the LaMDA model. Which is short for Language Model for Dialogue Applications. So the big difference is basically, from what I was able to read, is that GPT, any sort of GPT, is trained on a lot of data, using pre-training and fine-tuning and essentially text. It's trained on text. And LaMDA, the model behind Google Bard, is not based on text, it's based on dialogue. So it's sort of the backbone of the program is different. Like if you and I were to have a dialogue, that is something that Google Bard could be trained on. If we could just put out text, like basic information in text, that's what the GPT models are trained on. So the easiest comparison is that they just don't have the same degree.
Yeah. So GPT, I would say ChatGPT, but GPT, there's more than ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I basically train a lot of data, and that's AI is the combination of data and algorithms. That makes so if you only have algorithms and no data, then you can't do anything. And
exactly.
Also the same if you got the data and no algorithms, you can't do anything. It's not AI.
No.
So that's it's trained on, and I call it always Lambda.
Lambda, yeah.
LaMDA, and MDA. It is also
MDA.
some stuff. Is that it's called MDA? No.
I know we're in Holland, but let's not get into the drugs.
No.
I have no clue.
LaMDA, we're talking about the language model.
Should we call it Lambda? I think I prefer Lambda. Is it? I don't
Lambda.
think, will people know?
Let's call it Lambda.
Let's call it Lambda. It sounds like a nice animal. Here's that Lambda walking in the village.
Or a dance, the Lambda.
Let's keep it with an animal.
Yes. So on the other hand, it's trained on the dialect. So it's the tone of voice is more natural?
Yeah, that's what they're going for anyway. And we've got a quote here from Eli Collins, who is the VP of Product Management, and Zubin Garam. Sorry if I've butchered your names. He's the Vice President of Google DeepMind. And they wrote about Lambda. And they say Lambda can engage in a free-flowing way about a seemingly endless number of topics, an ability we think could unlock more natural ways of interacting with technology and entirely new categories of helpful applications. So again, the emphasis there is on natural.
Yeah, natural. Well, we've talked almost maybe too much about it.
Yeah.
So we prepared something. We also go do some live comparison between them both. But to especially to show them both next to each other, I did some preparation. Because I got a prompt, what can I do for recruitment? Please mention the 5 most important items and use 100 words or less.
Okay.
So let's put the screen on it.
Yep.
So on the left side, you can see ChatGPT.
Yep.
The results. 5 items.
Okay.
Some short introduction, 5 items, and some closing remarks. Then we go to Google Bard,
which looks a lot longer.
Yes, much longer. Also some introduction. What they both do is the title in bold.
Yeah.
But Bard uses much more words. Even ChatGPT used 115 words, and Google Bard 215 words.
And you said 100.
I said 100.
Okay.
So,
okay, that's
So that's interesting. So later on, I tried it another time, and I can already say I don't think they can count very well. Both the AIs.
Their mathematics is off.
Yeah. Yes, but probably the sentences are better if you. But especially the Google Bard uses much more words than you give in the prompt.
Yeah.
Or maybe I made a mistake in the prompt, but before in ChatGPT it always worked. Maybe the 100 is a little bit too little words for the question I've got.
I was going to say that. And if we want to look at the output for people listening out there, so ChatGPT, resume screening, chatbots, predictive analytics, skill assessments, bias reduction, that's the 5 elements they view as, the answer of what can AI do for recruitment. And on the other side, Google Bard says screen resumes and identify qualified candidates, automate tasks, provide insights, which is a bit vague, personalize, that's a big one, obviously, personalization of stuff. That every time I've put out something regarding AI, people are messaging me saying, don't forget about the fact that AI can personalize stuff. I know it's not the first thing you think of, but it's a big thing.
The Bard thing is more from a higher helicopter perspective.
Yeah.
The ChatGPT is more practical.
More practical, I'd say that. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Shall we give it another prompt?
Yes. Shall we do a live one? It's the vacancy.
Yeah.
We've got, and then we go back to the voice. Hey, here we are back, and then I got to switch to this one.
It's all happening live, folks.
Yes.
We're not faking this.
So now we're... Oh, that's the wrong one.
Wrong screen.
I've
got technical difficulties.
This one. Yeah.
Yep.
Now we got the right screen.
Yep.
Well, let's start with Bard.
Yeah, so we've got a prompt that says, write a vacancy text for the job of a marketeer at Recruitment Tech. Recruitment Tech Network is a multimedia platform about recruitment technology founded by Martijn Hemminga. The platform brings together recruiters and suppliers of recruitment software with our website, social media, video podcasts, and events at home and abroad. You do not need to have an applicable knowledge of recruitment software. You will learn that quickly enough with us. We also have a subsidiary that provides webinars, live streams, and podcasts for clients under the name Webinars. So quite a big prompt. It's quite concise, quite precise. So let's see the results.
Yes. The difference between Bard is that it shows at once
Yeah, there's no
the whole
loading.
outcome.
Yeah,
There's no loading
Yeah.
as some robot typing
Mhm.
in the words. So
Yeah.
that's also some difference.
it's a bit of a difference. Yeah, sure.
Vacancy for marketeer at the recruitment tech. We have this vacancy really.
I know. That's why I put it in
so,
there.
Yeah. So if you're interested,
Are you a marketeer looking for an
Yes.
exciting opportunity to work alongside professionals who do not much but talk about AI in recruitment? Please go
Yes.
to recruitmenttech.com or .nl
yes,
and submit your application. Thank you.
yes. Wow, we can make an ad from it.
Let's ask ChatGPT. I don't think that was any good.
Yeah. Even kijken. Well, it started. That's a little bit old-fashioned. Started with talking about the company, the
Yep.
employer. Then we're looking for someone, your responsibilities.
So what's important, if you can stop it there for a minute,
Yeah.
the important thing for me is what does it grasp onto when you're putting this prompt in? Because we haven't really, we've only described the company. We haven't really described the role. Obviously, if you want to do a better prompt, you'd have to describe the role. But I'm always interested in seeing what is the output there. So what do they think? Right, your responsibilities will include developing and executing marketing strategies for our products and services, which sounds
Sounds
right.
okay.
Sounds about right. So then it's creating and managing marketing content, including website content, social media posts, and video content.
Yes,
I'd say that's
okay.
right. Managing our marketing budget.
We're a little bit too small for that.
We're a smaller company.
I will
so
do that.
Yeah. Leave that to the big boss.
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
But
and
okay.
then there's measuring and reporting on marketing results.
Yes.
Makes sense. Working with other members of the team to create a cohesive marketing message.
Yes.
Sounds fair enough, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think what we could do now, put the prompt in ChatGPT
Yes.
and see what they say. So we can just, like, obviously a vacancy text got different sort of subjects.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what they come up with as far as the role goes.
Okay, here it is. We use 3.5, so the free version.
Free version, yeah.
In this case, so everybody can use it. Here we go.
Otherwise, this was going to cost you money, wasn't it?
No
No?
no problem. No, I've got the paid version.
Oh, right. Okay, right. Okay, so that was quick.
That was very quick.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it that quick.
Very quick. We've got great internet here, but
So let's see what it starts with.
Yeah, it also starts. It uses that's what I really like to give some quick bullets about the company, location, position type, maybe also salary, but we don't talk about it in the prompt.
Another funny thing is that we didn't say it was a full-time job, but it's made it into a full-time job.
Yeah.
That's where, again, if you're a recruiter out there using this technology, make your prompt as precise as possible. Yeah. We've put this in because we just want to test it. Yeah. But if you obviously know how many hours you want that person to work for that vacancy. So, that's just a little thing to note. Yeah. So, first thing that stands out, a lot of text.
Yeah, much more text. I think double the size.
At least,
of Bard.
At least. So, if we can, key responsibilities, I think that's the same. So whereas Google Bard put that right at the top of the vacancy text, ChatGPT has decided to put it sort of third. There's a lot more bullet points. That stands out to me sort of straight away. I'll briefly go through them once I can stop scrolling. So the first one is saying, ChatGPT says, collaborate with the marketing team to develop and execute innovative marketing campaigns that resonate with our target audience. Would you say that's right, Martijn? I would say that's right. Craft compelling content for various platforms, including websites, social media, video, and podcasts. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Monitor and analyze the performance of marketing initiatives, making data-driven recommendations for optimization. I think the last bit is a bit far-fetched, but all right, we'll let that go. Then it says work closely with cross-functional teams. Ooh, we're cross-functional now.
We've got teams in the
It
company.
uses many sort of big words.
Yeah.
Big words. Right. So again, it says, consistent brand messaging and alignment with our business goals. Okay. assist in organizing and promoting events, webinars, and live streams to expand our community and reach. Sounds about right. Stay updated on industry trends and competitor activities to identify opportunities for differentiation. That's a new one.
Okay.
Poor. Would you say that's right?
Yeah.
I think
It's more maybe a senior role.
If we, again, this doesn't scream junior role to me. Again, we didn't put that in the prompt, so it might have been different if we put junior position in there. But it's quite big.
That's the difference. I think Bard stays more to the basic, and ChatGPT makes things. I'm not saying hallucinating, but
no, that's the word, right?
But more marketing, more fancy words, more
fancy words that I don't know will work, and treats it as if it's a senior role, right? As if we're a massive company looking for a big marketing boss.
Yeah, it uses a lot of data.
Yeah. Last requirement was that's the requirements. Okay, so this one is saying you need a bachelor's degree. It's a lot of text, right? You're not going to read all of this.
What we offer, 200K. Oh no.
We might need to have a conversation then.
I know, yeah. No, but that's he doesn't come up with some
weird numbers or
weird numbers. But you got an application deadline, email. That's also the difference. Yes, it's more. It's using more words than Google Bard, but you can really almost use it, copy paste, change it, and use it. And Bard is more. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, you can. Yeah,
it's shorter.
You can also use it. It's shorter, but it's too short.
Yeah, I'd love to run an A/B test on this.
Yeah,
to see who applies to. Whether we get more applicants for Google Bard's text or ChatGPT's text. I don't know if we'll be able to do that because it's not fully right.
The benefits is 10% holiday allowance. That's 8% here in the Netherlands. So that is making some things. That's a Google Bard using probably some US data.
It's going to rely on more US data. Sure. Yeah. Again, we should have put in the prompt. Based in the Netherlands, I'm not sure we did that.
Yeah,
we didn't. So
no, we didn't. So it's not a problem. But I like the comparison.
Yeah,
between them. So
it shows it's different, right?
Yeah,
it shows a completely different output. People may say it's generative AI. It's all the same. Well, you can just bluntly see it. It's not. I think the tendency to hallucinate, as you just said, is an important one, and it's something that obviously people at OpenAI have talked about themselves because. It just, for some reason, still adds new information, and not necessarily based on the prompt. It just adds, okay, it's a full-time role. Yeah, who said it's a full-time role? Whereas Google Bard just sort of sticks to the messaging. I feel like Google Bard hallucinates less.
Yeah.
Which, it's a big difference, I think.
But in this case, isn't that bad because you know what the real offer is, what the real vacancy consists of, so you can change it. But if you give some prompt and you have to rely on what they say and you can't check it yourself, then it's something scary about it.
Yeah, true. And I would say that if we compare, we're going to get into our final results at the end of this episode. But if you had to pick one of these vacancy texts to put online on our website, which one would you choose? Tough one, right?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think it would be the ChatGPT version.
Yeah, more words, but
more words, but also I have to change more.
Yeah,
because it's more words.
Mm-hmm.
The bar thing is going right. Is using 1, 2, 3 on three places. Google Bard uses the bullet things. So
it's one big bullet, basically.
A little bit bullets.
Yeah,
much more. And the ChatGPT got 2, and the first 2 paragraphs are text.
Yeah.
So and I really it's also 3, but it's more. And
Everything's more. Yeah.
But I really like the idea. You have to engage people in your text, and bullets are staccato text.
Yeah,
chuck, and you have to
bullets aren't going to engage anyone.
give some emotions to it, so that won't work in. My first thing is ChatGPT. But not saying Google Bard is nothing, but
No,
I prefer the ChatGPT outcome.
Yeah, I'd say I'm torn between the two because I can see the benefits with both.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like ChatGPT's version of it was just way too big, and it doesn't really, like you said, count words properly. So even if if you ask it to stick to the briefing, like 300 words maximum, it'll probably still go over that.
In this case, isn't it a big problem in the job?
No, job description, I
adverts?
guess
No.
it's all right, but again, people try to read as little as possible. So, yeah, tough one. But
I hear something.
oh, I can hear it too. Where is it?
Where is it?
Where?
Yes, welcome to AI News. Yes, Jasper, ChatGPT is not coming for your job and might
Thank
even
God.
enhance it.
Okay.
Yes, experts from the International Labour Organization, the ILO, said in a new report published the end of August. This study says what it does, it provides a global analysis of the potential exposure of occupations and tasks to generative artificial intelligence and the possible implications for job quantity and also quality.
Okay.
So, and as a result, the most important impact of the technology is likely to be augmenting work, automating some tasks within an occupation while leaving time for other duties.
Yeah.
In richer countries,
Mm-hmm.
5.5% of total employment is potentially exposed to the automating effects of generative AI.
I'd say that's roughly the amount of open vacancies the world has. Or
Yeah, it's not. It's
That's all right.
It's 5%. It's 2 hours, 2 hours a week
right. Okay.
with a full time job.
Yeah.
And in the low income countries is 0.4%. So really low. What difference is, and that's already something I heard, is that women, because they do more clerical work,
Yeah.
which can be replaced much easier with AI. So women will have more problems with jobs disappearing.
Typical.
Due to AI.
It's not going to be the old white guys, is it? It's not. It never is the old white guys potentially being replaced.
Well, I don't know. If you are a lawyer,
Yeah.
then things are going to change very quick.
You think?
Yes.
Like you're going to just put it into lawyer GPT and say, okay, here's my problem.
Yeah, but a lot
It'll
of
look
things-
into the jurisdiction and it'll come up
Yes.
with an answer and say,
Ah.
right, this is your strategy. This is what you should say.
Now it's
That'd be interesting.
It's still a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
Reading a lot of things, combine things. And
True.
then you put everything in some AI says what should be my.
Then again, if I were to go into a courtroom for something I may or may not have done, I'm not sure I want ChatGPT.
Well, now I don't
The person
I don't say
and-
ChatGPT.
Your Honor. He's
No,
not guilty.
I shouldn't use
Because-
ChatGPT.
And then it provides these bullet points saying why is this
Yeah.
guy not guilty of
Yeah.
what he's been accused of doing.
Hallucinating some things. No, that might be good. No, it's the AI thing. It's not ChatGPT. No, it's the AI.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
AI news.
No, right. This is AI news. Yeah. And my AI news is also about a broader something that I may have missed in March. Back when the New York Times ran an article about how Hungary became a major testing ground for AI software to spot cancer. So in 2022, after testing more than 275,000 breast cancer cases, doctors in Hungary found that its AI technology can spot cancer at least as well as doctors as the second reader of scans. So it reduces the workload of radiologists by at least 30%. And then they did some additional testing at a clinic there in Hungary, and they found that the AI software was able to find more God, I can't pronounce this word.
Me too, neither. Melanensis?
Yeah, let's keep. So cancer detection, essentially, by 13%.
Yeah.
So they were able to detect
perfect.
cancer by 13% more than doctors, and that is just amazing to me.
Yeah.
Like I can be very critical of AI. You can be critical of AI. I think as a society, we've all grown quite critical, but that speaks testament to how AI can benefit our society, because that's just awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I especially for the assessment stuff, pre-assessment thing.
Yeah.
Hey, if you look back to our daily business in recruitment and talent acquisition,
Yeah.
That's, I think that are the perfect things you can use AI for. Of course, you can use it for the clerk assistant thing, but
Sure.
if we manage to do bring jobs to people, maybe not have the how you say that, the right education for it, but they have the aanleg, yeah.
No,
You're the English expert.
I'm blanking here. I'm blanking. Sorry.
Yeah, AI, help us. With the right experience, our skills, but not maybe the right education.
Yeah, and again, I think
certificates.
The sort of co-pilot thing works again in this sense, because there's going to be some doctors working that do their absolute best to spot these bad moles on your skin that may be cancerous, and they obviously make mistakes, because human error, you're going to make mistakes.
Yep.
And if you can have AI just look at, I don't know, pictures of moles on your skin, and have AI say, right, actually, based on the massive amount of data that we have of all these pictures of different moles on your skin, we actually think it may be cancerous, so maybe have another look. Right. If it can save lives in this sense, that just I think it's great.
Perfect. Yeah, it is.
But then on to some more news, and one a little bit more about our branch. On the 6th of February, 2024.
Yes.
Long drum roll. Joking. We will do a live talk show about AI and recruitment called The Outlook for Artificial Intelligence in Recruitment 2024. So that's going to be our very first live show in studio.
Yeah, here in the studio with guests.
With guests, live polls. You can ask questions. Yeah, we're looking for partners.
Yes, we're looking for some partners who wants thought leadership and lead generation. So you'll be guests in our studio. Jasper will be the main host because of his English. Also, he didn't know what aanleg is, of how do you say that? What I was just saying.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so
great host.
He will be the host.
Yeah, amazing.
And then we'll discuss all the trends, because now it's at the beginning of September.
Yeah.
So within September, October, November, December, January. So the world will be different in 5 months. And about AI, about recruitment, about talent acquisition, and how it can help us. What are the trends? How can we use it? How about Google Bars, but also some Chinese competitors maybe entering also the European market.
Entering the space, absolutely.
Google has its, Meta.
Meta,
will do something.
Yeah, I think
Amazon.
That's just going to be, I mean, the way we talk about it now, we have no idea what their situation will be in February. Yeah. So it'll be just a fascinating event, I think, for people to come and speak, for people to share their stories, for people to share their cases, how has AI helped you in your organization? It's just a fascinating subject. So we're really looking forward to that. Yeah. So aptitude, by the way.
So do you want to be a partner? Please contact me, Martijn @recruitmenttech.com. So perfect for lead generation, but especially thought leadership. Okay, enough. Okay. So back to today's topic.
Yeah, so we just compared Bard and ChatGPT in terms of job ads. I think it's good to look at another area where it may help recruiters. So that's social media outreach posts. So we've given a fairly simple prompt again. write social media posts catered towards marketeers to engage them to apply for the position of marketeer at Recruitment Tech. So, onto the results.
Yes, we start with, here we are. A Google Bard again.
Yep.
Write social media posts catered towards marketeers to engage them to apply for the position of marketeer at Recruitment Tech.
Yep.
So here we've got the results.
First results from Bard. Stands out to me, it's more advice rather than actual posts. So I'd be curious to see what happens if we put it in the same prompt into ChatGPT. But this is basically just telling us how to create, engaging videos, how to, use polls or challenges to interact with people. So we're putting the same prompt into ChatGPT now. Yeah, and it's completely different. Yeah, it's really copy paste posts, essentially long posts, I must say, but
more practical, using emoticons, hashtags for different posts.
Yeah, and I'd be curious. Bard again will give us examples of concepts, right?
Yeah, it's more advice.
Yeah, and it'll give us an option to choose between concepts.
Yeah, so they got a video, advice, poll advice, challenge, case study, testimonial.
Yeah.
And some advice about use visuals, be creative, be personal, be social.
Very generic.
Yeah, so then and that's of course, it's something, at this moment we don't do that, but you are into a discussion, or how you say that, interaction, so you can you make a proposal for outline of a video, for example, or can you give me some polls? Can you create a challenge?
Yeah,
I can share on social media. So it's what you see is you ask the same question. It's even like a human. If you ask the same question to different humans, you also got different.
You get
answers.
different answers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And ChatGPT is for copy paste ready.
Yeah, it's all pretty
social
much
post.
Exactly. Yeah. Interesting to see these.
A lot of emoticons.
Yeah, they love ChatGPT. It loves an emoticon.
Yeah.
Seeking marketing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to read them, but I'm pretty sure they're not gonna. Afraid to push boundaries. It's so. I love it for it to be less generic. I don't know. I know they're just AI machines that are helping us create this content, but the content sometimes just feels so generic.
Yeah, it's more. It gives more the advice thing. Bard's more an advisor.
Bard is an advisor. ChatGPT is
maybe a real assistant.
Yeah, I'd say. But again, what do you want your assistant to do?
Yeah,
that's the question.
Well, I did another one, but later we can do it later. Let's go back to. No, we've got this. The social post.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Or should we do another one?
Yeah, do another one.
I prepared one because now it's very.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
let's run another one.
Let's do, and I prepared this one because and I go back. No, here it is. What would be the best outline for recruitment plan for 2024 for a hospital in Germany with 2,000 employees and yearly 350 vacancies?
Yeah.
And then I also had the prompt act like a recruitment manager.
Okay.
To start with, and use a maximum of 250 words.
Yeah.
So this is the outcome of Google Bard. And then again, if you dive into it, it's an advice how you can write a recruitment plan.
Yeah, it's not giving you a ready-to-go text.
Identify the needs, develop a strategy, execute the plan, measure the results.
Yeah. What I'm worried for Google Bard, I'm not worried about Google Bard or the people working there, but what I'm worried about is that it's essentially, it's giving you a similar answer as what you would look for if you'd Google that. So if you would Google like recruitment plan, hospital, it might give you websites or information that is pretty much, we're reading the summary of that in essence, right? It's not giving you, this is what it's giving you develop a strategy.
Yeah.
You know, what's a strategy?
Yeah.
You know, measure the results. Yeah, well.
That means maybe the prompting.
Yeah.
Now we're using the same prompt.
Same prompt for both.
But and that's something to find out maybe in the future to see whether we have to use the difference between the prompting to get the same results. So maybe we have to give Google Bard more information in the prompt, so it will make some more practical.
Give Google Bard the prompt. Be more like ChatGPT.
we can use it.
Yeah.
Let's go to the other one.
Yeah.
And that's here. So the right screen. So this is the ChatGPT version.
Yep.
I can do some focus on it. Well, then this is really 11 steps, the objective analysis, job description, specification. So it's a real outline you can use as a basic for your recruitment plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other part, diversity, inclusion, onboarding, budget, resources, timeline, milestones, evaluation.
Yeah.
Edit, replace hospital name at the bottom, and you can use it. So even the timeline, Q1.
I'd love to know
Q1.
if there were a recruitment manager somewhere working for a hospital in Germany, and who would just basically copy this plan and just fill in the missing information. Just be like, this is it, guys. This is the strategy for 2024. Let's get it.
This is the outline.
Yeah.
Don't forget. But I make these kind of plans also in practice. So, it isn't for an outline. Isn't that bad? Of course.
No, for an outline, is sure.
You have to. It's not. It's an outline, so you have to work on it. But it's something like a checklist you can use.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's good. Good to know.
Yeah.
Also about the words, ChatGPT needs 257 words, but Bard, again, 315 words.
Oh, Bard, with your too many words. We said 250, Bard.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Google Bart Simpson?
Yeah.
That's good. Again, I can hear something.
I can hear something.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
No.
Or is it our beautiful intro song for
ChatGPT News?
So it's just going to continue getting its own news segment. Sorry, Google Bart, but ChatGPT was there first. So my first bit of news is a story I found on Sky News that ChatGPT may have a significant and systematic left-wing bias, according to UK researchers. So according to the study done by the University of East Anglia, it includes favouring the Labour Party and President Joe Biden's Democrats in the US. And that's the same concerns that Elon Musk has referred to in the past few months, even the past year, as to why he's pulled back from the project. And he said basically the academics said their work was the first large-scale study to find any proof of favoritism. So the conclusion here is ChatGPT is just like me, left-wing, prefers Labour, prefers Joe Biden's Democrats.
Yeah.
Is that surprising to you?
That's what they also. That's what they say about the most big media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Corporations.
Yeah, but again,
it's based on big data.
Yeah.
So,
but do we take it seriously when it's Donald Trump saying that. We don't take it seriously. We don't take it seriously if it's,
No.
a political party putting this out. But again, this is, a study done by a university who's got probably no real affiliation to either Labour or anything else. It is quite interesting to me that there's favoritism there.
Yeah.
It's biased.
We should check all the prompts we did and the outcome, whether it has some...
Be more Republican.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know what to make of that, but it's interesting. What's your news?
Well, I've got better news.
Oh, better news.
And I'll say something about your news, but mine is better. No, it isn't. Well, no, it's also because I like more the practice.
Yeah.
Of course, the 2nd of November, we've got our annual Recruitment Tech event in Utrecht in the Netherlands, the 8th edition already.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of talking about AI, artificial intelligence from the UK. Martijn Redstone will come over to talk about it. Jarno Duursma will tell us more about the balance between tech and touch, human and machine.
Yep, interesting.
I thought, and then I found a nice tool to build a chatbot on your website powered by ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo.
The Turbo.
So, it was already live for some times, but then it got some... I didn't train it well enough.
It was buggy.
Because it said, the date, when I asked when is a Recruitment Tech event, and it said 27th of November 2024. When
Pick a random date.
It wasn't on the website, so you give in some URLs, you give in some text, and then you hope she, he will, X will know what to... Not X is in social media at the moment. It will work. It will use the right thing. So now we trained it again, and now it's better. It's a beta version, so it also says on the website, I'm sorry, I'm still onboarding, so I hope I can... but it's nice to see you give in some text, but he changes text, combines text to make it really a conversation.
But did you have to manually enter the answers to any given question?
No. You have to give in some URLs where he can find, or she or it can find information about it.
Yeah.
And then you practice a little bit. Then you see some help. I don't know the answer. Then you help it with some frequently asked questions like information. Yeah. But you can also upload PDFs, for example.
Oh, interesting.
Or that kind of thing. But sometimes he mixes data. For example, I already told something about the data in 2024. Then he thought it was so
14. Yeah.
So you have to help, and if it doesn't know the answer, then you can send an email to Jury or to me, so we can help you. So it's a test. We've got we can see what people are given in anonymous. You don't ask for some names of people. So next episode, I can tell you about does it work, doesn't it work?
Interesting. Yep.
Are people trying to make
hack us
to hack us or to so I can tell you more about the ChatGPT in practice as event chatbot.
Interesting. Yeah, it'll be that's one of our first little AI tests. So it'd be good to get some results on that. I already tested it on our website. I asked it what recruitment tech is, and it came up with the right answer. So I don't know if that's your doing or it's AI powered, but it works.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Yeah. So back to today's topic, and note to end on: ChatGPT versus Google Bard. Do a little game of marry, divorce. Who are you going to marry, and who are you going to divorce? What's your pick, Martijn?
I think...
And don't be Switzerland.
No, I'm not Switzerland. I'm more the modern family combination of. I think, and it sounds a little bit. You're not choosing. You're not picking sides.
I knew you were going to do this.
But it's the same thing with Google and using Google and Bing. Because you got other outcomes. So why should you only look in case this is a circle? You can. I don't know what how you say that the range you can see at once. But if I look that way, I can't see what's happening over there. So that's also with search engines and also in this case with AI. Some AI are more focused on that way, some AI are focused on that way. So if you combine that, you got the best outcome.
Thanks for that, Switzerland.
You're welcome.
It's
and what do you think?
If I had to choose, because that was a question we asked at the beginning of this episode, so I'm actually going to choose. I would choose ChatGPT, solely based on the fact that you can use that information and you can change it to something better, and you can then use it straight away. So it doesn't give me. It is the easiest way in essence, because if I need a text quickly, I would go to ChatGPT first and not go to Bard. If I look towards my own usage, I don't use either too much. But if I do, I'll go for ChatGPT. Because despite what I thought, if you're looking for really concise prompts, if you put really concise prompts in there, I think it can really benefit you, in whatever way. And you need to look past the hallucination side of it, and you need to give it as little room for improvisation as possible, because that's where it goes off, and it gives you text that you can't use anyway. So what's the point then? And when I really looked at how, really nitpick the advice that Bard gives you, it is quite generic. It really is quite generic. It gives you this, the same, write a marketing text. Yeah, you need it to be engaging. Well, sure you do. Yeah, I mean, well, duh.
Some open
right?
doors. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really see too much added value there, and I'd be better off Googling it anyway. So for some reason, I do feel like ChatGPT has declined slightly maybe in its capability. I don't know if that's because I've obviously seen the same stuff now for a number of months. I don't know if it has truly declined in its capabilities, but I feel like at the start of it, what you put in and what you got out was slightly better than what it is now. I feel like you need to work harder for a prompt to be successful in terms of its output. But again, that's just a feeling I have, and I'll pick ChatGPT for now.
No. But also the thing is the first moving advantage ChatGPT has, and also the integrations.
Yeah,
we already use. For example, the chatbot now on our website.
It's powered by ChatGPT, right? Yeah, and that's, again, I don't know, Google Bard, expecting 1 billion visitors or 1 billion users by 2025. I don't know if you've missed a boat, because all these companies that are now integrating tools, just like ourselves, are not using Google Bard, are we?
No, but it's of course already when you're using Word, making some text, it fills in the words already.
There was always AI in there, right?
Yeah.
So it might for a usage perspective of going to your internet browser and typing in either ChatGPT or Bard or Google.com. I think more people will be inclined to use ChatGPT in that sense.
Yeah.
But when we look at the vast amount of Google products that we already use, we may be using Google Bard in the next few years and months without really knowing it. It will just be like, oh right, there's an option there.
Yeah.
Right, but that's actually Google Bard. But we don't know that.
No. And this is September 2023. So the world can be different in a year
or a month.
5 months.
Yeah.
Around 6th of February, for example.
Yeah, good event then.
Yes.
So that's, I think that's all for now.
Yeah, that's all. It's a short edition, or?
No, it's quite long.
Quite long.
We've talked for an hour again. Sorry, people. Hope you liked it.
Yeah, sorry about all the examples, etc. Okay. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned about all things about recruitment technology and, of course, AI via our websites, recruitmenttech.com, recruitmenttech.de, recruitmenttech.be, and recruitmenttech.nl.
Yeah. And for all the Benelux recruitment tech vendors out there and recruiters, who want to win the first ever Recruitment Tech Award within the field of AI, please visit recruitmenttech.nl/awards and send in your case or tool no later than September 6th. And please remind yourselves that in February, we're going to have an awesome event here. So put that on the calendar, and then we're going to wish you good luck. We're going to see you soon.
Yes, thank you.